Hey, I'm back and concluding my reviews for the Child's Play series. I guess it'd be the Chucky series, and now you got Child's Play 1 through 3, and then you got just Chucky movies. Like I said in one of the previous videos I did for this series, I only own four out of the six movies that have been made so far. I don't own Seed of Chucky, and I don't own the two sequels to that. What is it? The Cult of Chucky and the what the hell's the other one there? Can't even remember. Curse of Chucky and Cult of Chucky. I don't own either one of those either. Um, yeah, so I'll be reviewing the last ones in the series that I have, and then I'll talk about those other three briefly. Um, I don't want to get too far into them just because, well, first of all, I've never even seen Cult of Chucky because mostly I don't give a shit. It didn't look like anything worth watching. It looked cheap and cheesy to me. Um, so yeah, so I'll talk about the last one that I have. I got the Bride of Chucky. Now I got it in this like Halloween slipcover thing. I just bought it recently, so I think it's out for Halloween purposes. But it's got a glow in the dark cover of Jennifer Tilly's character on here, Chucky's wife, and then underneath the slipcover, it's got the original cover on here. But I like the slipcover; it's pretty cool. I haven't seen this movie in a while. Um, I know it came out in what in '97, I believe. Double check that. '97 or '98. Yeah, 1998. Now I went to the movies and saw this when it came out. I thought it was pretty decent. It had been a while since we had seen any Chucky movies. I think the third one came in '91, so it'd been like 7 years since we'd seen one. We kind of thought that the series was over at that point, but come to be it, we got another one. So yeah, I like this movie. It's pretty good. It's more of a horror comedy, than anything. They started getting kind of comedic, a little bit more comedic in the third one. They were a little comedic in the second one. The third one was a little bit more comedic. This one definitely starts going over the top. Um, Now you got Jennifer Tilly playing Tiffany in this one. You got Brad Dourif back as Chucky's voice. You got John Ritter in this movie, who's one of my favorite actors for that era. He plays the Chief Warren. I remember him from Three's Company and from the Problem Child series. Those are probably my two favorite things that he did. He did other things too that I like, but probably the first ones that come to mind are those. So you got Jennifer Tilly as Tiffany. Yeah, Katherine Heigl in this movie playing Jade. Nick Steibel is Jesse. Uh, yeah, and you got some other characters in here. Nobody really worth mentioning. Um, yeah, so this is the first movie out of the Chucky series that we haven't seen Andy Barclay. Now, like I said, I haven't seen this movie in a while, so I can't remember whether they even reference him or not. I'm sure they do at some point, but I can't remember. Um, so yeah, this one basically, Jennifer Tilly plays Tiffany, obviously, and Tiffany shows her in the beginning of this movie, trying to, she's making a deal with a cop, and apparently this cop had got his hands on the remains of Chucky. He all sliced up in this movie. Cops fucked him right up. Looks like he got fucked up from the last one, being chopped up in the fan blades at the end because that's how he died. And then she gets his remains and basically sews them together and summons his spirit back into this doll. And yeah, I mean it's pretty good. Like I said, it's more of of a comedy than anything. But so it's got his girlfriend in this, bringing him back to life. You know, she always thought that that he would marry her back in the day when he was human, and she ends up getting pissed at him for whatever reason. I think it's because he didn't want to marry her, and so she locks him up in this fucking cage at her house and gets pissed at him. And then of course he goes in while she's in the tub, and I think he throws the TV in the tub and fucking kills her. And then summons her body into this doll so she can be like him. And you got some funny things in this, like where they go to have sex, and she's all like, "You got a rubber?" And he's like, "Tiff, I'm made of rubber." She's like, "Oh yeah." Well, there's some funny things in here. I like John Ritter's character in this movie. He plays a real asshole. He doesn't play a whole lot of asshole roles, you know, but he pulled it off pretty well. I know this was one of his last movies. I know I was really sad when he died. It was a bummer. So, yeah, this one's got like a real gothic feel to it. Now, if you go and watch like Freddy vs. Jason, you'll notice a difference in like the lighting and just the way the movie looks. That's because it's done by the same director, Ronnie Yu. Did this one first, and then later on he did Freddy vs. Jason, which Freddy vs. Jason, I did a review on that. If you want to hear my thoughts, it's pretty quick thoughts on that, but it's an okay movie. I thought it could have been better. The acting was fucking horrible. But other than that, it was decent, you know. Could have been better, could have been worse. So, same thing with this one. Could have been better, could have been worse, you know. I went and saw it at the movies, and when I saw it, I liked it. I thought it was cool. It was good to see. It was the first time I had ever seen Chucky on a big screen, so I thought that was pretty neat. I grew up watching these movies, so this one came out when I was a teenager, and like I said, it was cool to see him on the big screen. So, yeah. So I mean, these two hook up with Jade and Jesse, and basically Tiffany's paying these two to take them across country, take these dolls. They think they're delivering them to somewhere, and you know, as they're traveling, you know, they stop in this motel. They stop here, and their people start dying because these, you know, the dolls are killing these fucking people. And you got some funny dialogue in here between the two dolls. They, you know, like I said, man, it's a comedy movie. It's a comedy horror movie. It's funny. It's got its moments. Good horror, decent. You know, yeah. So they're traveling, and come to find out, Chucky's after this thing. He wants to. His body was actually buried, I guess. It says in this movie with something called the Heart of Damballa, and it's supposed to turn him back into a human, I guess. I hate when they do that in movies, when they fucking add something like new to the story that's like so important that, like, you know, why was it never mentioned in any of the other movies? I hate when they fucking do that, you know. It just, like, stupid shit like that. That's one of the things I didn't like about this movie, is that they add stuff to it that, like, you know, well, how come we didn't hear that before, you know? Like, or when like, I can't really think of any examples off the top of my head, but the only thing I can really think of is, like, oh, here's this character that we've been showing you for the last 10 years. And then, oh, after 10 years, oh, that person's got a brother. Okay, well, how come we didn't ever fucking hear about that before? Like Jason Goes to Hell, where Creighton Duke character comes on. Apparently, he's been hunting Jason for, like, okay, well, if he's been hunting Jason for years, then he's pretty fucking horrible at it then, because there's been 8 other movies before that, and we've never seen the fucking guy. And it just, I hate when they do shit like that. It doesn't make any fucking sense, you know? It's like, come up with something else, man. Like, unoriginal, fucking lame. So, I hate to go off there, but it just pisses me off. Stupid shit like that. Um, yeah, like I said, man, this movie's decent. It's got some good kills. I don't really want to get into the plot of it because there's no fucking point, really. I mean, it's self-explanatory. It's got Chucky in it. It's got his wife in it now. You know, I mean, they continue on with the seed of Chucky, and they have a fucking kid. That one was really stupid. You want to talk about dumb sequels? That movie was fucking stupid. That was probably one of the dumbest scary movies I've ever seen in my whole life. Like the little kid looked like a little anorexic fucking howdy doody looking fucking, I don't even know, man. He looked stupid. The kid looked like he had fucking, I don't even want to get mean about it. Oh, sorry about that. Close my camera again. Yeah, I don't want to get mean about it, but it just was dumb. I hated it. My opinion, I think Seed of Chucky is a piece of shit, but that's just me. Now, one of the remakes there, The Curse of Chucky. Now, that was the last one that I seen. I think I only watched it once. I like that they had Brad Dourif actually in this movie, outside of just doing Chucky's voice. That was cool to see him back. And then they had his daughter in this movie who played the girl in the wheelchair. That was pretty cool to see that one. I didn't like the look of Chucky in that one. He looked like, I don't know. I don't know. It was okay, but I didn't really care for the look of him. I just thought it was weird. Yeah, I don't know. It was okay. Yeah, Curse of Chucky, it was alright. It was a pretty short movie. It's 97 minutes long. Made in 2013. Don Mancini directed that one. So it was okay. They should have just fucking ended it with Seed of Chucky, man. Honestly. I mean, I really think they should just ended it there, but obviously they didn't. Because there's a cult following for Chucky, and that's cool. I get it. But at least come out with something cool that we've never seen before. I thought it was cool that Brad Dourif did the voice of Chucky, because I can't imagine anybody else doing the voice of him. I mean, he would just sound fucking stupid. I know they did testing and stuff for, like, when they did the first Child's Play movie of, like, different people doing it, and they did, like, a girl that did his voice, and I've heard stuff of that, and it sounded lame. Yeah, so that one, and then I've never seen Cult of Chucky. Never seen it. I know it has Andy Barclay in it. Coming back, Alex Vincent. Yeah, is Andy Barclay in this? He's supposed to be like a doctor or something. I don't really even know. I can't do a review on that movie because I've never seen it. Directed by Don Mancini again. From what I heard, it wasn't that good. It looked lame. I saw the trailers for it. I had no fucking interest in watching it. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of all over the place in my review here, but I just, when it gets past like Bride of Chucky, man, just lame, you know? So, anyways, that's my review on Bride of Chucky and some of the sequels there. That'll be concluding this review for the series of movies. It's getting pretty close to Halloween, so I don't own Halloween 4 or 5, and I want to do the Halloween series, but I want to do it right, and I've been meaning to buy them for the last couple of years. I live in a pretty small town where there's not very many stores, so like whatever store I go to, like we have a Walmart in town, and that's pretty much it. And I don't do a lot of shopping online. Sometimes I do, but I mean, I could order them online and they're cheap, I know, but I really kind of want to get a new set of them. I was looking into Blu-ray sets for that, and they're pretty cheap now because they've been out for a long time. I was thinking about maybe throwing some coin down on that. I own every one except for Part 4 and Part 5. So I mean, I could do a review without them, but I just kind of wanted to wait, and I'm gonna try and pick them up before Halloween so I can do the Halloween series. But I was wanting to do that one next. So honestly, I really don't know what I'm gonna do next. It's gonna be more horror movies, but yeah,